la mia acqua tu sei, dentro di me ho sete di te, mi disseito io sulle labbra tue, amore vita mi dai e sei tu che come un fuoco mi bruci nell'anima, come un angelo mi porti via. Se respiro della vita all'altra parte sei di me, se la luce dei miei occhi mi rifletto dentro te, se nel corpo la mia pelle, se mi stringi forte sai, questa vita si riaccende in ogni bacio che mi dai. Come un mantello sei, col tuo amore io sei, mi avvolge Dio, non temo niente oramai, dolce amore mio, il segreto tu sei, che mi fa vivere, amore sei tu, che come un vento mi soffi nell'anima, questa vita che vivo per te. Se respiro della vita all'altra parte sei di me, se la luce dei miei occhi mi rifletto dentro te, se nel corpo la mia pelle, se mi stringi forte sai, questa vita si riaccende in ogni bacio che mi dai. E se guardo nei tuoi occhi vedo i sogni che farò, ogni volta in questo abbraccio morirei, mille volte amore ancora mi innamorerò, lo so, sempre più io di te. Se la luce dei miei occhi mi rifletto dentro te, se nel corpo la mia pelle, se mi stringi forte sai, questa vita si riaccende. Se respiro della vita l'altra parte sei di me, sei la luce, mi rifletto dentro te. Questa vita si riaccende in ogni bacio che mi dai. Se respiro. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, long winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Hello everybody! Hello everybody! Welcome! Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas, a little bit late, 2:06 in the afternoon. Sun is shining, beautiful weather in Las Vegas. So where are you guys watching from? I see many people on my usual circle of love. I see all of them appearing. How are you guys doing? So welcome to all of you, of course. You've been enjoying my life for a year and a half since I've been doing this Giada Life. Let's also welcome all the people that are watching for the first time through Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and welcome all the people that may be tuning in today from the Italian Living page, the friend of my dear friend Richard Micheli, that allows me once a week or whatever I want, in matter of fact. Every time I have something to do that has a touch of Italy, I can go live on their page. So welcome to all the people watching from the Italian Living page. Guys, if you are new to the Giada Live, please let us all know where are you watching from. I don't know, because the circle of love, I know them all. So I see, for instance, Tommy, he's new to me. He said, from Long Island. Welcome. From Long Island, where? Let us know. Let us know. We are curious. I see also Julia Capo, she's watching from Uruguay. We have Uruguay in the house. Yes, of course, we have Patricia. She's watching from Illinois. So welcome to all the people that are new. Iceland. We have somebody watching from someone watching from Cape May, New Jersey. All these new people. West Virginia. David, and what is your name? The woman from Iceland. What time is in Iceland? That's another question. If you are, I know that it's 2 o'clock here and it's 5 o'clock on the other side of. In New York, for instance, a New Jersey guy, but for instance, I know it's 11 o'clock in Italy. Ciao alla mia mamma e mio papà che ci guardano dall'Italia. I say hello to my mom and dad watching from Italy and my mother-in-law from the Netherlands. And I know it's 1 hour behind for English people, and we always have a lot of British people. And I think I saw Antonio also appearing over there. And I know it's early in the morning in Australia, but for instance, in Iceland, what time is in Iceland? Please let us know. And David from Mexico, let us know, David, what time is in Mexico? Yo hablo un poquito español and yo canto en español. So I do speak very little. So it's what time? And it's 21:08. Thank you so very much. You are the woman from Iceland is a man. So you know, but your name is difficult. It's Sigvatur. So Frank, but I also see Frank Casata. Is that your name, Frank? I shouldn't know. Francesco, you are a man. So guys, welcome. And I see also Yolanda from Belgium. So welcome everybody. If you are new, please subscribe, follow, like any one of my pages. I always say, if you are on YouTube, subscribe. If you are on Facebook, like, follow, do anything to stay in contact with me. You know, I'm a crazy one. I like to embrace as many people as I want and make them part of my circle of love. These beautiful things that we have created ever since this COVID. This is sign language for COVID, is a new sign for COVID, the virus that spread around and has divided us, somehow has united all, because we have been here on the Giada Live ever since the madness started a year and a half ago. March 18, that was the day. March 14 was my last concert. Now I'm going to tell you I'm going to be on stage very soon. So please subscribe and like my page so we can stay in contact if you have not done so. And the opening song was my original song, Il Respiro. I know many of you love the song. I've never released it. So if you want to listen to my music, even when I'm not there with you, go on Apple, Spotify, of Amazon, and even there you can listen to my music and you can dance to it or do whatever you want. What is happening today on the Giada Live? Well, today, this is what is happening today on the Giada Live. I always prepare this little card so it's easy for me to remember what I need to do. Today, we're going to fly to Verona, virtually, of course. I'm going to teach you some American Sign Language. We are going to continue to learn some Italian. And of course, I am a singer and a songwriter, so you're going to get also a few songs from me. If you're new, you don't know, I am a singer. That's what I am. So today is June 19th, 2021, and we are celebrating, for the one of us here in the United States, we are celebrating something very new that is Juneteenth. It's a new holiday that only this week was approved by, made a national holiday by our President Joe Biden, and it's a very old holiday, actually. It originated in Texas in the morning of June 19, 1865, in the city of Galveston, by the Union Major General Gordon Granger, that finally enforced the Emancipation Proclamations in 1862. What is has been celebrated in many states, particularly the one in the south of the United States, where they are more connected to the black community during the 19th and the 20th centuries. Well, today is an historic day because it's for the first time, June 19, 2021, that we are celebrating Juneteenth. Actually, that Juneteenth is being recognized as an holiday with a bill made by make it a federal holiday passed only last week. Basically, Juneteenth, if you're wondering, if you're not American, we all know here, it's a holiday that will commemorate the end of slavery. For me, slavery has never been existed. Many of people of our generation, we don't even know what slavery is. This is the sign language for slavery, has ended today. So it's a happy day. We're celebrating Juneteenth. I don't know, American history, of course, as the slavery. But for me, I mean, I've never experienced in my life. For me, you know, we are one single humankind. So it's a beautiful day to celebrate something so very beautiful, unity, and we're all the same. So an important day for freedom and respect, which remind me of my grandfather that always say that respect and freedom is the most important thing. Another things that is happening today that is very, very important here in the United States. Tomorrow we are celebrating Father's Day. I emphasize here in the United States because I don't know, you guys are watching from all over the world. If you are Italian like me, you know that Father's Day in Italy is March 19th. But here, the day of San Giuseppe, Saint Joseph, that's where in Italy is Father's Day. But here in the United States, Father's Day, a different history and tradition, is not related to religious things like in Italy. So Father's Day is always the third Sunday of June, which is going to be tomorrow, and celebrates the contributions that fathers and father figures made in their children's life. Fathers are very important in mine and in all of us. Its origins lie in a memorial service held for a large group of men. Many of them were fathers. And in Monoga, West Virginia, in 1907, in West Virginia, it was actually a woman called Sonora Smart Dowd that you see here in the picture, and you see the father. She was influential figure to establish the Father's Day in the United States. Her father raised 6 children by himself after the death of their mother, which was very unusual by the time, because at the time the women that were losing their husband were even placing their children in care of other family, or they quickly were married again. That gentleman took care of all these 6 kids, and Sonora, after she saw that Anna Jarvis had pushed for Mother's Day celebration, she said fathers also deserve recognition for what they do for their children. And in 1910, Father's Day started, and it was not recognized officially as an holiday. It was only in 1972, so many years later, the President Nixon made Father's Day made Father's Day an holiday. By the way, it's not a public holiday. So today, June 20. Tomorrow, June 20th, Father's Day, many stores will be opening, but nevertheless, good excuse to celebrate. I'm Italian, born and raised in Venice, Italy. There is my dad and my mom, so it's a good day to celebrate my father twice. I celebrate my father on March 19, and I'm celebrating my father tomorrow, which is gonna be Father's Day here in the United States. Guys watching from all over the world. Guys, when is Father's Day in the country where you are watching from? In Iceland, for instance, and in Mexico, when is Father's Day for you? Well, as I said, I am a singer, and I always love to start the show before we fly to Italy with a song. This is a song that, unless you are Italian, you don't know it. I always love to sing songs that never cross the oceans, that stayed famous and popular only in Italy. This song was written and sang by Mina, which is one of our favorite and most famous singer in Italy, only in 2018. So it's only a couple of years old. And I love the song. It's if you don't speak Italian, the text is like a letter dedicated to someone who may have not even have the opportunity to read. Sometimes, you know, we have things in our heart that we would love to say and we never ended up saying. So I always say I love you, and I always say it with the meaning of saying I love you. But sometimes I also forget to say I love you to people that are important to me. So I want to dedicate to all the people out there this beautiful song of Mina before we fly to Verona. It's called Volevo scriverti da tanto, which translated in English will means I wanted to write you this letter for the longest time. Here, let's fly to Italy with a song, and then we fly to Verona to visit the city. Here we go. Volevo scriverti da tanto, ma poi ste cose non le fai, e dirtelo da troppo tempo, così che non l'ho fatto mai. Un po' di cuore se lo chiede, se sono amata o no, puoi ascoltarmi tra le pieghe.
di un cielo ancora più blu. Volevo dirti che io canto ancora di te, eppure se a modo mio sono cattiva con me. Volevo dirti che anch'io non so più a chi credere e ho litigato con Dio che non mi parla da un po'. Volevo dirti che io avrò bisogno di te adesso che a modo mio ho fatto pace con me. Per sempre ci sono notti in cui la notte è troppo lunga anche per me e sciolgo dentro a un caffè latte ogni mio stupido perché. Un'emozione dura poco, il bello è proprio lì, che quando si fa duro il gioco, un'emozione è già qui. Volevo dirti che io avrò bisogno di te adesso che a modo mio ho fatto pace con me. Volevo dirti che poi tutto il resto lo sai già. Volevo scriverti ma lo faccio adesso se vuoi. Volevo dirti che io canto ancora di te, eppure se a modo mio ho fatto pace con me per sempre. Volevo dirti che io non so più a chi credere e ho litigato con Dio che non mi parla da un po'. Volevo scriverti da tanto, scusa se non l'ho fatto mai.
Mina 2018, a song that has done very well in Italy, of course, like many songs never crossed the oceans and the world, in matter of fact, so they never made it to here. I keep the microphone here. JJ want me to keep it away. I'm gonna put it away as I'm gonna sing for you another song at the end of the show. But for now, I want to take you to Verona, Esplode. So put your seat belts on. We are gonna fly to Italy. We're gonna fly to Verona. Here we go. Seat belts. We fly to Verona.
A worldliness from Venice to sky high Manhattan. I'm in love with life. I love the cosmic globes around my worldliness. From Sydney to the streets of London, everywhere I go, I have in my core the place where I'm from.
The place where I am from. Well, the place where I'm from is the one that you see there. It's Venice, Italy, the one that you saw in the last couple of frames. But of course, Venice, is in the Veneto region, so is on the north of Italy, on the north of the Booth, and only 2 hours driving, a little bit more in the center, you get Verona. And Verona is going to be one of the places that we are going to be visiting. You see Venice, and you see Verona, then Milan, and of course the rest of Italy, Florence, Pisa, Rome, Naples. And that's some of the places we're going to visit in next year with my trip with the Perillo tour is Venice, Verona, Florence, and of course we're going to going down to all the way down to Rome, La Capitale d'Italia, the capital of Italy. We talk about it a lot. We talk also about Verona again, but I thought, let me just say, if you've never been to Verona, you have to, when you are in the Veneto region, you have to make it to Verona because it's a very romantic city. And if you're just like me, love, it's something you really believe in and something very important to you, Verona is a place you need to go. So next year with the Perillo tour, if you want, you can join me, by the way. That's Verona, seen from the aerial shot. And yes, the Arno river all around the city, so you cannot get lost because there is the river all around. But anyway, Verona, it's one of the places many of you has already done so. If you want to come to Verona with me next April, it's going to be from April 12th to 19th, JJ? Yeah, something like that. You go on viavalenti.com, you will find all the itinerary, and you can already say that you are interested, and we will, if you said you are interested, you go in the link, you read the itinerary, you're interested, you can come with us. There's going to be, of course, wine tasting, food, music. You're going to get a concert from me live in person in Florence, in Firenze, and you're going to be seeing what I'm showing you today together with me, and it's going to be fantastic. So Verona is, as I said, in the Veneto region, and as of July 2020, the population of Verona was 265,000 people. So it's a medium big city. The city covers a total area of 207 square kilometers, which is 80 square miles for you guys knowing the miles and on the kilometers, and is an average altitude of 59 meters, which is 194 feet above the sea level. So you're going to have some colline, we call it. So not really mountain, but like a little hills. Verona is preserved a remarkable number of monuments from antiquity, medievals, and even a Renaissance period, and it represents an outstanding example of military stronghold. It was a very important city at the time also of Italian history, and the city has been declared a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO because of its urban structures and of course the architecture. Beautiful place to visit. So here is something like in 10 minutes time, let's see how fast we can visit Verona. So when you get to Verona, in 10 minutes, you're going to spend at least one day to see everything. Now we do it like in 5 minutes. Let's see. First of all, I think you have to know that 2 of William Shakespeare's plays are set in Verona. Yes, Romeo and Juliet and The Two Gentlemen are all taking place in Verona. It's unknown if actually William Shakespeare, ever visited Verona, or in the matter of fact, if he's ever been to Italy. But since 2 of his plays that became famous all over the world are set in Verona and in Italy, of course, as you can imagine, many tourists come and visit Verona and Italy because of William Shakespeare. Thank you, William Shakespeare. So, another thing when you are in Verona for sure to see is the Arena di Verona. Look at that. The beautiful Verona arena. It's a Roman amphitheater, yes, in Piazza Bra, in the center of Verona. Italy is very similar to the Colosseum, yes. It was built also, this one, in the 1st century. It's still in use today. Though the Colosseum is not in use, this is still used today for international famous for large-scale opera performance are being given there, and is very well preserved. Originally, it could accommodate 30,000 people, and nowadays a performance can only accommodate, I only say only, but 15,000 people, and it looks like it will be using for the closing ceremony for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo. So if the Olympic Games are gonna happening, I have to make sure that I can sing something over there because I can go to perform at the arena in Verona 2026. only a few years from now. Another thing that you need to go and see while visiting Verona is the house of Romeo and Juliet, La Casa di Romeo e Giulietta. There is the one that you see is the house, and that's the most famous balcony in the world. Thousands, I would say millions of people gather up in the courtyard underneath. There's a statue of Giulietta to see the balcony. And yes, you can also go inside, and at the end I'm going to see you can also do something more to bring good luck to the love story of yourself. JJ is choking over there. Do you need some water? JJ has water. JJ is, for the one of you watching for the first time, Giada here. JJ is on the other side of the camera. He's like the director, the lighting engineer, and he's choking. So he's going into the kitchen to have a sip of water. In the meantime, why? Because I need JJ to push in the pictures for you. So let's stay. We are in Verona. While we are in Verona, I want to tell you something that is going to be, I've been in Verona many, many times, and every time I stumble into something new to see. That's why at the end of the promo, I'm going to tell you what is the best way to visit Verona, which is the same recommendation I do to people when I say, what is the best way to go and see Venice? I'm always say, getting lost. So before we get lost in Verona, so house and the balcony of Romeo and Juliet, for sure something to see. But of course, many people, when they go to Italy, they are all saying, how many churches do you have? A lot. Even in Verona, there are few. There is the Basilica di San Zeno. It's a small one. It's not even the main one, but it's a very beautiful Romanesque architectural church. And it's a beautiful place, and it's very famous, and you have to visit if you are a believer in love like me, because they say it's the place where Romeo and Juliet got married in a Shakespeare play. So you have to go to see that church. And on Sunday, if you are there on Sunday, outside the Basilica di San Zeno Maggiore, there is also a beautiful flea market every Sunday, so you can buy their lamps, costume, jewelry, clothes, paintings, wherever you wanna. You go around, you always find something fine and small that you can put in your seat case. Of course, churches in Verona, the main cathedral of Verona, it's a beautiful place to see. Inside is beautiful, of course. It's dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary. We call it Santa Maria Matricolare. That's dedicated. It's a beautiful one, and you have to see. It's a Paleo-Christian church, and actually it's built on the top of two other churches that were destroyed by earthquakes. So it's the third church built on the same spot, and was consecrated on September 13, 1187. And it's been modified, but very similar to the original. So they modified the church building all on the same thing. Beautiful place to go and see. Of course, Italy is also the country, that's why I said there was an important political place, and where there were political places, there was fights, and where there were fights, there are castles. Yes, we also have a castle in Verona. Actually, the most famous one is the Castelvecchio, and was an important military construction for the dynasty of Scaligeri, La Famiglia dei Scaligeri. It's very important. Was very important in the Middle Age of Verona history, and it's a very powerful, small, compact in its very site, but with very little decoration. Some castle has a lot of stuff. This was very basic, and is home right now of a museum, the Castelvecchio Museo, which display collection of sculptures, statues, painting, ancient weapons, ceramic, gold works, and a bunch of nice things. I'm always say, if you have a day or two to spend in Verona, is worth for sure a visit if you like that kind of things. I have seen it when I went with school, by the way, and I love it. Of course, outside the castle, you will see something very beautiful in Verona, is Castelvecchio Bridge, or we call it in Italy Il Ponte dei Scaligeri. There it is. It's a beautiful bridge. It's a 45 bridge that is on top of the you see is crossing the Adige River, which is the main river of Roma. And they say that featured the world's largest span at the time of its constructions, which was 159 feet. It was built mostly between 13 and in the middle of 1300, and they say, by Can Grande Secondo della Scala. And I tell you, he built it actually because he was a kind of a tyrant. He was not very nice to the populations of Verona, and he wanted to build something that he could escape the castle in case there was a rebellion. So if people were going against him, he wanted to escape, and he gave us that beautiful bridge that is for sure beautiful to see. Of course, Italy is also famous for the towers. many towers in Italy, Torre di Pisa, Torre degli Asinetti, the tower degli Asinelli, so the Pisa Tower is the most famous, but also Verona has a very famous torre that you can miss and you can visit, is Torre dei Lamberti. Is tall 84 meters, which is 276 feet for you guys measuring in feet. The construction of the towers took many centuries to build actually. They started in 1172 and they ended up finish the towers in 1448. So it took many years to finish, and it was finished. And they rebuilt it and they made it bigger. So the one that we have now was finished in 1448. And you can see actually that the took many years to construct the towers, because you can see different materials between some part and others, such marble. In the beginning they didn't have in 1100 marble, and now you have it. And then they had it in 1779, so centuries later, also a clock. Of course, when you are in Verona, there are many piazze. Italy is famous for the squares, right? One that I always love to visit is Piazza delle Erbe. We have one also in Padova, by the way. This is the one, Piazza delle Erbe, the Species Square, also called Market Square in Verona. And it was once the center square, but of course, right now there is even a bigger one, which is Piazza Bra, which is the largest in Verona. But keep in mind the Piano Square, because I tell you something very peculiar and important in Verona. So Piazza Bra is the largest one, Piazza in Verona, and they say actually some people claims is the largest in the country of Italy. I'm not sure about that, but you can find all around when you are there restaurants, cafes. It's very beautiful. It's like Piazza San Marco, let's say, but then different, and very beautiful buildings of around. I said Piazza delle Erbe, which would be the square of vegetable. It's very important actually, because Verona, believe it or not, ships fruits and vegetable to all over Central Europe, and is noted also and famous for cereal market. And actually they are having something called International Agricultural and Horse Fair since 1898, still to this day. So species and herbs are very are productive, because you know we have a lot of water around in the Veneto region, so probably that's why they're very prolific in building in growing vegetable and cereals like the rice. The famous risaie, the rice camps all around outside Verona. So Verona is also famous for furniture marketing. You will find a lot of stores with the most amazing handcraft work of in wood, but also in marble, and it's beautiful. And of course, if you are a wine lover, and I know many of you are, Verona is the place for you to be. There is a lot of delicious wine that is produced all around. And one of the most famous that we have to try and get drunk when we are in Verona is the famous Amarone. There is a bottle I found this morning. There are many different brands. That's one I found. Is a delicious wine, if you like wine. That there's going to be some wine tasting, of course, and one of the wine that you are going to try in Verona is for sure. And you find it in any kind of restaurants. Talking about restaurants, many of you every time said, when we go to Italy, when can we eat? Where can we eat? I'm always say you can eat basically everywhere. Even the smallest place are gonna serve the most delicious food. And what I like about Verona, beside the gelato, is also that many restaurants have like you can find like this one. They display all kind of different excellence of the Italian cuisine of Verona, and you can have all kind of different samples of the typical food, and you can either eat there sitting on table inside or outside, or is per asporto, so you can, which means you can have it, they put it in a box and you can go back to the hotel, or you can sit in a square of in somewhere else and you can enjoy wine and food. I love it. It's very inexpensive comparing to what you pay sometimes for the same food in the United States, but it's normal because in Verona everything is fresh and grown there, and here they have to import it to I say United States, but I'm sure you guys are from all over the world. So question to you, do you have good Italian restaurants wherever you are? In Iceland, for instance, do you have good Italian restaurants? I don't know. Like, guys, let me know. I'm pretty sure Italian food is mainstream. So I always say best way to see a city, my Venice, they always ask me what we do, is an island. Venice is an island. just throw away your map and go around. You're never gonna get lost. Venice is very small, and I say the things for Verona. Verona is very easy and easy to navigate around. So, like for Venice, leave your map in a hotel room for a couple of hours and just get lost, and you will be able to see things that you will never notice. When you're only looking the map, you're gonna notice the cobblestone, all the windows, shutters. Everything is so beautiful. Just throw away the map and get lost. Like all medieval towns, you are gonna notice that Verona, like most of the city in like Lucca, we talk about it, but Firenze, there's gonna be wall all around, walls where like a way to protect themselves during the difficult time. There are no wars right now anymore, thank God. But still, we still have in Verona the wall, and you can find walls all around the city of Verona. Another way that you cannot get lost. And one of the most famous, when you park your car and you want to walk inside Verona, is what we call La Bra. It's you see that's the tower you're gonna see in another picture. Still today is it's very big, and that is basically makes you enter to the main square, the Bra Square we talk about, and just on the corner there on the right side you're gonna find l'Arena di Verona, and there's the famous and the big square where you can find all the restaurants and the bar. It's nice to walk around, and then of course it's like a labyrinth or little streets where you find a lot of stores, a lot of gelateria, though you can have ice cream. This is the Arena di Verona at night in Piazza Bra, Square of Bra. It's very, very beautiful. And Verona has another wall that I talk you. You know, I believe in love. I believe in people staying in people getting together all the time without any kind of difference. And there is a very beautiful wall in Verona. We call it in Italiano il muro dell'amore, the wall of love. How beautiful. We are the circle of love, and then they have the wall of love, which we will go and see and leave our message there. Millions of messages. Is of course just outside the balcony of Romeo and Juliet, so when you go there you cannot miss the wall. Actually, I have found another picture this morning where you can see that some of those messages are even beyond the statue of Giulietta. That's beautiful Giulietta. So next year, April 2022, I hope you're gonna join me with Perillo Tour. We are going to Italy. Actually, the group, some people say, can we all come? No, because the maximum group is gonna be 60. So if you wanna be part of it, just say that you wanna reserve your spot. Do it now because it's filling in very quickly. I see many of people on my circle of love, they already have done so, like Bob and Mary Lou and Sal and Diane, and who else was there? Antonio. Antonio is our pastry chef that is always with us. Antonio, you are Italian like me, but maybe you can, so you have seen Verona, but maybe you can join. If Antonio is going to join us, we are going to have a lot of sweets. He's a pastry chef. And tomorrow, by the way, for the one of you that will be with me on the Giada Live tomorrow, Antonio, I'm going to be talking about the panettone with the jello that you send me through the company Costa. We're working together with Antonio about this project that I want to do together with my Christmas album. We're going to have also some packages with Italian sweets. So Antonio and the Costa company from Sicily, they sent me a big box with all kind of delicious things. And last weekend, I was visiting Diane and Sal, my teacher for American Sign Language, and I brought one of the little panettone. I took tons of pictures. I will share tomorrow on the Giada Live. It was delicious. It was to die for. So tomorrow I'm going to show pictures of the delicious panettone con la marmellata di limone. Buonissimo. Very, very delicious. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. if you want to know more. Of course, so our trip to Verona finished here, but you know, if you've been following the Giada Live, I know many of you have been with me. If you're here for the first time, I've been teaching people Italian. Sto insegnando anche un po' di italiano. I always want to teach people that are in my circle of love some Italian words. So basic Italian, of course. We still have almost a year to learn more. So in the last couple of weeks, I teach you how to say sì, which is yes, no, per favore, which is please, to be polite, grazie, which is thank you. Then I teach you how to say mi scusi, excuse me. If you want to start a conversation, you're going to say mi scusi. And of course, if you do something wrong, I told you how to say mi dispiace, I am sorry. And of course, you've learned the basic, buongiorno, good morning, buonasera, good evening, buonanotte, good night. And you can find all this information if you have missed it. You watch back the episode of Giada Live. You can find them on YouTube if you watch on YouTube, or you can go on giadalive.com, right, JJ? No?
Giada.live.
Giada.life. Giada.life? Giada.life. I thought it was Giada. So Giada.life, and Giada you spell Giada .life, and you can watch all the episode, and every time you can find those cards where I teach you all the stuff I said. So today I want to teach you a little bit more conversation. So of course, when you are there, when you say buongiorno, buonasera, you're gonna feel insecure in the beginning because you are not gonna feel like you speak Italian perfectly. So you can always look for somebody that speaks English. So you can ask, and maybe somebody doesn't speak English, the person you're asking to, but it may be next to him somebody who does. So you can ask, do you speak English? How do you say it in Italian? You say parla inglese, and remember you can say scusi, parla inglese. So you can go home with the conversation and you can say, I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian very well, if you want to continue the conversation. So you're going to say, mi dispiace, non parlo bene l'italiano. Very easy, right? Do you speak English? Parla inglese? Mi dispiace, ma non parlo bene l'italiano. Mi dispiace, ma non parlo bene l'italiano. So, you can also, or you can also say, which normally I always say is even easy, you can say, so soltanto un po' di italiano. I only speak a little Italian. That's what I do, for instance, I'm learning Spanish. I'm always say, I understand completely the conversation, but I always start by saying, yo hablo un poquito español. I speak just a little bit of Spanish. Then, of course, I will understand everything, but I make a point, especially to the Italian, you have to make a point to say that io so soltanto un po' di italiano. Otherwise, they will start to speak so fast that you're going to be like killed like a train wreck. Like my husband, JJ, is Dutch, and sometimes my family speaks so fast that he, in the beginning, was like, whoa, what's that? So you have to say, so soltanto un po' di italiano, so they will slow down and you will be able to understand better. And if you have talking to somebody that doesn't speak English, you can say, does anyone here speaks English? Normally there is always somebody, especially in the last 100 days, couple of years, somebody that speaks English. So you can say, c'è qualcuno che parla inglese? C'è qualcuno che parla inglese? You can go back later and take out all these cards so you can, you're gonna be able to see. And you know, I'm gonna put them all on my Patreon page. So for all the one of you that are on Patreon, you guys can still see this card and keep repeating and exercising. So now, because of all of this, you can do a possible short conversation if you have been following me. So you can say, for instance, you go inside the store, you say, buongiorno, parla inglese? If the person answer you, no, mi dispiace, non lo parlo. In that case, if they say yes, sì, parlo inglese, you're gonna be, yes, Eureka, I can speak English. If they say, I'm sorry, I don't speak English, in that case, you can say, so soltanto un po' di italiano. I can only speak a little Italian. And then you can continue, say, c'è qualcuno che parla inglese? And there you go, you're gonna have your conversation. And if nobody, I can tell you that in the last years that I've been to Italy, so many people do speak English while you go to Italy. But you know, you can always be in a place, especially little city. Verona, you will find people that easily speaks English, and so will be the same also for Venice and Rome and Florence, all the place we know. But if you go to by yourself, for instance, and I'm not gonna be around, and nobody speak English, you can at least follow him, Giada Valenti, you will be able to say a few little things. But so, now you can say something. So, spero avete capito tutto. I hope you understood everything. And otherwise, you can always go back and watch the program again. And remember, I'm going to post all these conversations on my Patreon page. So you can go on my Patreon page, which is patreon.com, and you can follow the Love Song Sunday, but you can also learn Italian. All the things are going to be posted there in the next couple of weeks. Of course, besides teaching you Italian, you know, when COVID started, one thing that was made I was made aware of was the difficulty of the deaf people. This is sign people. We are people who can speak, are people that can communicate, so is us. We are people who can communicate, but people that cannot talk, the deaf people, are, this is the sign. So this, you remember, you can ask, are you deaf? If you want to ask, are you deaf? So I've been teaching for that American Sign Language here in the Giada Life for the longest time, thanks to Diane and Sal that made me aware of these things. And many of you have learned many, many signs. When I was cooking in the kitchen, we all know many signs of when I was cooking some delicious food. This is the sign for cooking. We know meat, we know pasta, we know lemon, we know juice, we know salt and pepper. And I've been teaching you the alphabet. So next year in Italy, we can communicate among each other if it's very noisy with letters. So I told you in the last couple of weeks the ABC. So we start with the letter A. I recap for you is A. Then of course you remember this is the B and this is the C. Repeat it by yourself. A, B, C. Of course I told you number 1 is the D. Remember Diane, she teach me, she said I'm number 1. This is the letter D. So this is the D, this is the E, it's like the A but with an open, so this is the A, but this is the A and this is the E, sorry, this is the E, E in Italiano. Then the F is like this, so this is the D, this is the F. Last week I told you the G, this is my name, start with a G, G, the H and the E. And if you remember, I can spell my name, which is G-I-A-D and A. I can spell my name, you remember? And today we can actually learn to spell the name of JJ, who is behind the camera, because today I'm going to teach you the other 3 letters, which is the J, J, J. How easy, right? This is the K. It's 2 fingers like this, pull down. This is the K, and this is the L. So JJ has the easiest name on the planet Earth. His name is JJ. Me, you know, I have to do all of these things to spell my name. JJ can only say me, JJ. Lucky you. So, but this, for instance, marmalade, jello. So if you want to spell jello, or you can even spell jello, which is J-E-L-L. You remember double letters, you either slide it or bounce it, and the O, the letter O. This you haven't learned, but this is, I think this is the letter O. So anyway, so you can spell many words, and my favorite one of last week was I. You remember H-I-I. So if you see a deaf person, you can say to him, hey, and then you can say, how are you? Right? You can ask, you can learn to take. Tomorrow is also Father's Day. This is also a fun side because this is the sign for happy. We have been happy in everything in Giada Life. Happy, 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 happy. We sang happy birthday. This is the sign for Father. Open hands. Funny things Diane told me. All the sign that has to do with a male in sign language, the male things are on the top and the female are on the bottom, which is funny. I said to Diane, why? Because man has brain and women has mouths? I don't know. So I don't know if that it is, Diane. We have to figure it out. So happy Father's Day. So this means happy. This is father, remember, up here, because father is a male. And you put your finger in day. The day starts here, and like the sun goes down, this is the sign for day. So tomorrow is going to be happy. We're going to wish all our father and happy Father's Day. That's happening tomorrow. How great is that? So guys, I hope you're learning all this stuff with me. You know, every day you need to learn something new, and I'm learning and teaching myself every day something. Actually, this week I will be teaching me also tons of songs, because I tell you in a second, I'm going back on stage. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in a week I will be wearing shoes again, because now every time I sing, I'm not wearing shoes. So we are celebrating today also Juneteenth, which is the 10th is the day that we are celebrating equality and the end of slavery. And John Lennon gave us a song many, many years ago called Imagine. I imagine that every day, and it's almost a reality, because every day we're getting closer. I truly believe every day we are getting closer to this big dream. So let's sing all together this song called Imagine of John Lennon. Beautiful lyrics. And here we go. Let's imagine all of this.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. And the world will be as one. I believe that that day will arrive, and that was Prince with Kiss was starting. That's a song that I sang last Sunday. So guys, the world will be as one. We surely are one big circle of love, each and every one of you. I will read all the names, and put my comments. So the one of you that left me a comment there on Facebook. On YouTube, if you want me to comment or write something to you after the Giada Live is done, you write on the chat right now. You have to go back on the page, and under the video, there is something where you can put a likes on the video. Please do so. And you can write me a comment over there, and I will answer to you. I saw that there was our Italian signorina Janet Sessa saying, the sparkling looks good on you, which remind me, I almost forgot to say, Janet, thank you so much for sending me that beautiful present. Janet Sessa, she's in New Jersey. She's our Italian signorina here on the Circle of Love. She sent me that beautiful card with all those little packages. It was Christmas in June here in my house, and I opened it up, and there were all kind. She always shared with me things. If you've been with me, she shares with me things she loves. She buys something she loves, and she sent me tons of stuff. And some of the things she sent me are these beautiful earrings with double sparkling. Can you guys see it? It's beautiful sparkling thing. But she sent me, on the Giada Live, of course, you don't see all, but when I do the Love Song Sunday, they're all here in front of me, ready for tomorrow, Janet, to show everybody the beautiful jewels you sent me and the cards.
And I'm also wearing this one today, by the way, I'm thinking. This one I got it from Randolph Duke. I don't know if Randolph Duke is watching. Randolph Duke is the famous designers of the stars. He's dressed many celebrities. And I always say, I mentioned one, he dresses Barbara Streisand, for God's sake. But he also dressed me, and he gave me this one as a gift when he dressed me. The last time I was at Carnegie Hall, he said it was a gift for good luck, and he's making the most beautiful gown. I only know the colors, it's light blue, for my concert next Friday. Next Friday, yes, I'm gonna be doing, after 15 months, my first live concert with audience in front of me. So save the day, June 20. I wouldn't say not save the day. Just make plans to go there. June 25th, concert at the Redland Bowl in California. I will be presenting my show, Songs from the Movies. And that's the ball at night. It's going to be magnificent. It's outdoors, so it's open 100% capacity. So hopefully all the 5,000 people that the ball can accommodate is going to be there. I am blessed and lucky. I will be performing with my rhythm section from Las Vegas, and we get reunited there with a 15-piece orchestra conducted by the famous maestro Frank Fetta. They all know him at the ball. They love him. He's been there for 17 years, I guess. And will be the 98th summer festival at the Redland Bowl. So in 2 years, they're going to celebrate 100 years of Redland Bowl existing. The Redland Bowl was founded by a woman that wanted to make possible for every person, also the people that could not pay to go in a theater, to have a place where they could go and sit under the star and enjoy music and dance of any kind. So they check it out. I'm going to be the opening, the 25th, I'm going to be the first live act to perform at the bowl, but they're all going to have an all summer season, so you can check the rest. And some of them are actually also virtual performances, so you don't have to move from your house. And please support the Redland Bowl because they're doing an amazing job. So next Friday, I will be wearing the gown of Randolph Duke, and I will be wearing shoes while performing. Now I'm always barefoot, which I tell you, it's going to be tough. Maybe for a song or two, I will have to take off my shoes. I don't know if I can follow an hour and a half show wearing high heels. I don't know. So Janet, thank you for the beautiful sparkling. You're going to hear all my thank you to me tomorrow. Thank you, Roger is saying a beautiful version of Imagine. You are our music lover. Thank you for loving that. Maybe that's a good song that I have to learn with my guitars one of these days soon. And who else? Catherine is there. Caterina, come stai? I'm going to say hello. Carolee is with us. Robertson, nice to have you. I see Kate, just imagine, beautiful voice and soul. Thank you so much, Kate. I hope you're going to stay with us on the Circle of Love forever. And I hope you're going to be with us tomorrow. So I'm going to see you tomorrow at the Giada Love Song Sunday. I will prepare this afternoon some special songs to see for you. I don't know what. And I will show you the picture of the lemon jelly panettone that Antonio sent with the Costa Company. Here I saw also True Kels. Hello, Giada. Sending you tons of love and hugs. Miss you. Oh, true. Of course. I know you. She's a friend of mine from when I was living in New York. How are you doing? Okay. I always love when I switch off the Giada Live to go back and read all the comments. So guys, please keep subscribed, stay with me. Hello to all the friends that were watching for the first time through the Italian Living page. Please stay in contact with me, like, subscribe, and hopefully I see you, some of you tomorrow on the Giada Love Song Sunday. It's a subscriptions page. You can donate $1 and you're going to support me and my endeavor to keep the music alive. I believe I can make the world a better place with music. If you believe that with me, please come to my Patreon page and believe and share your belief with me. So I'm gonna raise my hands in sign language, the most famous sign we have learned here on the Giada Live. I love you. Remember, I love you, and I love you all. Let's stay connected. Please like and subscribe all my pages and do whatever you can. And I will be seeing you tomorrow for the Love Song Sunday. Raise your hands with I love you. I really love you guys. And see you tomorrow and next week here on the Giada Live. Ciao.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, Dankeschön, Dankeschön.